Howdy guys, hope you're doing well. So you see I've got the cards out, you know what this means. Some people are going to be a little bit upset because some people don't like this whole thing. You know why I'm doing this. There's a few content creators out there and they're really not understanding of this. They really don't get it. It's their right to not believe it and to not be down with it if it's not their thing. Like, I'm not criticising. At the same time, sometimes I can't quite help myself, but retaliating. I suppose it's not really retaliating. It's more to do with well, opening people's eyes, I suppose, you know. Becoming red-pilled, not quite so much, but opening their eyes in general, I'd say it's more to do with that. So today we're going to be using the Crow deck, and I'm actually doing this for a content creator. I think they watch my channel, I'm not 100% sure. And it is the guy from Manosphere Podcast. I'm sorry bro, I don't know your name. These cards, yeah, they're not quite so flexible, kind of a little bit stuck together. Anyway, since this is all about energies and whatnot, I'd like to take this opportunity to do a card reading for the gentleman from Manosphere Podcast here on YouTube. So Spirit, what can you tell me about Manosphere Podcast? What have you got in terms of any information you might have, anything you might want to share with Manosphere Podcast? Not his subscribers, the content creator himself. So what have you got? What can you tell me, please? Have that one. It started spinning around when I put it down. Energies, insecure energies. No, not insecure energies. Mustn't take the piss too much. Okay, yeah. Okay, down like that. And we'll have a third card. Now I'm not too sure if this is going to be a past, present and future reading. In fact, I don't know what kind of reading this is at all. Okay. Thank you. So, as always, I will be using my Crow Tarot by MJ Cullinane. So, in the first position, it's usually representative of the past, and this is, I'd say that's the five. Yeah, so that's the Five of Cups. So you see, you've got two standing up. He's kicked three of them over because he's got the ump. So this might to do with the past. Maybe he's a bit unhappy about something. It could be potentially could have been a relationship of some description. Centre card, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. That's usually the present position, the centre one. Could be to do with the internet. Could be to do with his channel actually. And in the third card, future position, ooh, King of Cups. Mr. Manosphere Podcast. Something tells me you're definitely not a bachelor. Not with the King of Cups. Now, this card, the Five of Cups, this initially, when I put it down, if you can imagine, I put it down like that, it started spinning around anti-clockwise. So, I'm kind of getting the feelings, kind of getting the feeling that this was something that, maybe it's represented that it was a situation where in the past he was a bit dissatisfied, but as it's changed round from the past position and then led into the future with the Wheel of Fortune. So maybe he was a bit dissatisfied with life at one point. Maybe it was prior to him becoming a content creator. But the King of Cups, I won't use a cheat sheet. I'm actually going to use, I'll use the booklet. So where the cup suits. Pentacles, swords. Cups is a place of emotion as well, by the way, just for the Well, that's interesting. He doesn't like emotions. He doesn't like showing emotions in the slightest. Okay, so where have we got? So past position. We got the Five of Cups. The Crow of the Five of Cups stand on the riverbank, consumed with loss and unable to find the path out of despair. Because his focus is directed only on what he has lost, he is unable to see the riches in his life. The Five of Cups suggests that you move away from a mindset of lack and for areas in your life that are positive. The message of the Five of Cups: replace feelings of scarcity with gratitude. And like I said, that card was the one that was turning around, so potentially it could have been a reversal. Which would be that he went through a phase of dissatisfaction and then turned it around, and maybe that's to do with the present position with the Wheel of Fortune, which I will go, because that's a major arcana card right there. What's that, the 10th one, isn't it? He'd love this to see. I'm sure he'd love to see this. Thing is, man, tarot doesn't lie. You can take the piss out of energies and that all you want, it won't lie. Keywords: cycle of life, ups and downs, luck, element fire. What goes around comes around, and so does the Wheel of Fortune. During difficult times, this card serves as a reminder that with the bad comes the good, and a change is coming. The three crows in the centre point inward, symbolising our inner power. I bet you'd love this. To move the wheel and our ability to control the amount of time we spend either up or down. The 8 crows facing outward on the wheel represent the spokes of the wheel and the energy that each direction possesses. Although they appear to be fixed to the wheel, their wings allow them some freedom, symbolising our ability to learn from and move past a difficult situation. Upright, this card indicates that change is coming and it will be a welcome shift. Perhaps a difficult time is ending. Reversed, however, it is a warning that difficult times will soon come. How quickly you can make the wheel spin is up to you. The question to ask yourself now is, are these troubles a result of bad luck or bad choices? Funny. Funny. Being a Manosphere content creator, we do talk about people making bad choices and bad decisions a lot. So I think this is far more relevant than he would actually want to admit. And then in the future position, we've got the King of Cups, which is here. King of Cups. The King of Cups is a Zen master who has complete control over his emotions. 100%. I fucking 100% agree with that. At least on camera, right? At least on camera, he definitely is. This regal bird can handle most tumultuous of situations with grace and compassion. When you receive a royal visit from the King of Cups, it may be a signal to take some quiet time to reflect on the emotions around the situation. What emotional triggers seem to pop up regularly that hold back progress? And not that it's reversed in this situation, nor did it try to, like the Five of Cups did. When the King of Cups appears reversed, he has transformed into an emotional vampire. The king in this position may indicate you are being manipulated or that you're using your emotions as a means of blackmail. This card asks you to take time to examine how your feelings and interactions affect the situation. Funny that, because as Manosphere content creators, we do talk about exactly that, manipulation and people using their emotions as a means of blackmail. I'm going to say it, their female trait. I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is to do with Manosphere podcast, I'm just saying generally speaking that is to do with that. Now before I go on, Wheel of Fortune, that was a fire sign if I remember rightly. I'm just going to make this a quick video, by the way, guys. Right, fire sign. So I would go with, see, cups, 2 cups, 1 fire. I would hazard a guess that Manosphere podcast is I want to say a water sign, but I'm not totally sure. Right, so let me see. I did have this written down somewhere. In preparation for you guys, this is how it rolls, man. This is how it rolls. This is why we keep journals. A lot of you guys will be like, what the fuck are you doing all this for? Right, well, because it's actually really interesting. More so. Alright, okay, so fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Although I don't get the feeling that he's a fire sign. I think, as per this, it is dominated by a water sign. So I'd say he's potentially Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. And I tend to be... I don't think he's a Scorpio. I could be wrong. Generally, I've on a personal note, I have a bit of issue sometimes with Scorpios. I can figure out a Scorpio pretty quick. I'd say Pisces. I'll go with Pisces. Let me know if I'm right in the comments, bro. Oh man. Just a reading anyway. So I'm wrapping it up. This is just what I wanted. I just wanted to do something quick for Manosphere podcast. Grab his attention and see what he thinks about all the energies, feelings and emotions and that. What is this witchcraft I hear you say? It's not man, it's tarot. It's closer to God than you'd imagine. So I'm just saying. Thank you all for watching. Thoughts, comments and opinions, feel free to jot them down. And again, I'm not trying to claim anything by doing this. I'm just curious. You know what, the reading says it all, man. I don't need to say a great deal, right? Right. Definitely, he's been in a dissatisfied point in his life. This was turning around, so it's probably action that he took. Then you got the Wheel of Fortune right there, you know, which is again also related to the potential for World Wide Web. In fact, if I go into the other Wheel of Fortune, just to give right, let's just do this. Right, Five of Cups is loss, regret, grief, feeling of abandonment or unloved. That was in the past. The Wheel of Fortune is good fortune, luck, turning point, gambling, taking a gamble. Maybe the whole channel was a bit of a gamble for him. But I think it's something with his subscribers and everything. It is making him a success in one way or another. And in the future position with the King of Cups, a supportive leader, tolerance and empathy. I'd say definitely, even with that, the different description from what is in the Crow Tarot, definitely a leader, definitely, because being a content creator, and look, for better for worse, regardless of what you think of his content, whether sometimes it's a bit much or I don't think it is for the most part. I think he's quite fair, if I'm to be honest about that. But again, it does show tolerance and empathy. What he doesn't show is tolerance for the stupidity, which is a good thing, which is something that we shouldn't have anyway. It's the unrealistic demands and unrealistic expectations from a lot of modern women in today's day and age. And empathy, I think the empathy is more for other guys, less so those guys that actually simp and pander to these things. But yeah, anyway, Manosphere podcast, bro, this one was for you. Don't know if you'll ever watch it, but if you do, you're welcome. Feelings and energies right here. Till the next one, stay cool, stay free, and peace out.